Do some parents think showing up for everyone else's kids somehow excuses not showing up for their own? Because when I tell you I gave my dad a list instead of a gift for his 50th birthday, it wasn't out of spite. It was out of 17 years of being the afterthought. My dad turned 50 last week. His wife was on my case the entire month. Come on, she said. Write your dad a nice card. Pick out something thoughtful. So I did. Except my version of thoughtful wasn't what she had in mind. I handed him a folded piece of paper. No card, no bow, just a list. He smiled at first, thinking it was a joke, but when his eyes hit the words on the page, his smile faded. He looked up. What the hell is this supposed to be? Before I could even open my mouth, his wife snapped, "What kind of milestone gift is that?" I shrugged. It's the gift of awareness. Maybe now you'll finally see how you prioritized her kids over me. The room went silent. You could feel the tension hanging in the air like static. She exploded first. You kept a list? That's so arrogant. You're obsessed with the times your dad did nice things for my kids. I looked her dead in the eye and said, he could have done nice things for all of us. But the moment he met you, it was like I stopped existing. And that was the truth. My mom's never been around. I don't know why. Dad never gave me a real answer, and I stopped asking a long time ago. It was always just him and me. Then when I was 7, he met her, and everything changed. At first it was small things. He'd sign me up for football, promise to take me to practice, but he'd forget, not once or twice. 6 times in a row, the coach finally kicked me off the team. Dad just said, "Sorry, buddy, didn't have time." Had to take the others to their stuff. That line became the soundtrack of my childhood. Next came karate. I loved it. I begged him to keep taking me. He managed a month, then nothing for 2 months straight. They told him I couldn't come back. No point in teaching a kid who never shows up. Then it was art classes, basketball, swimming. Every single thing I tried, he'd start out strong and fade away the moment it clashed with his wife's kids' schedules. I'd ask, "Can't you drop me off first?" And he'd sigh like I was the burden. When I was 14, I thought I'd found my way out of the pattern. Dance class. Close enough that I could walk, but somehow even then he'd pop up saying, "Hop in, I'll drive you." And every time he'd drive me straight to his stepkids' practice instead. I'd sit in the car wearing my dance shoes, staring out the window while he clapped for someone else's child. That night, I went home and started writing it all down. I didn't know why yet, just that I couldn't let myself forget. The years passed, but the list kept growing. By 17, it wasn't just a list of missed practices, it was proof. Proof that I was never the priority. That when he had to choose between being a father and being a hero to his new family, he left me on the bench every time. I tried to talk to him about it, calmly, maturely. I'd say, "Dad, it hurts when you forget about me." He'd brush it off. "You're overreacting. You'll understand when you're older." When I told his wife, she laughed and said, "So what?" That's when I stopped talking, and I started remembering. So yeah, when his 50th birthday came around, I didn't buy a card. I didn't wrap a gift. I printed that list, folded it in half, and handed it to him. It listed every activity I'd ever been kicked out of because he didn't show up. Every class he promised to take me to. Every ride that turned into a detour for someone else's kids. When he finished reading, he looked at me like I'd hit him. "You're so ungrateful," he said. I just nodded. "Maybe. But at least I showed up for your birthday. They've been bringing it up ever since, calling me cruel, saying I ruined the day. His wife keeps saying, 'You need to apologize.' And every time I say the same thing. He wanted a milestone moment. I gave him one. I'm not sorry. Because that list, it wasn't about revenge. It was about truth. For years, I watched him show up for other kids, while I sat home in my uniform waiting for a ride that never came. For years, I was the invisible one, the son who learned to stop expecting love just so it wouldn't hurt when it didn't show up. So no, I didn't give him a card. I gave him something better, a mirror, one that finally showed him what I saw all those years. And maybe one day he'll read it again and realize it wasn't meant to hurt him. It was meant to wake him up. Because sometimes silence protects the people who don't deserve protecting. And maybe, just maybe, that list broke the silence he built around his guilt. Is it just me? Was I wrong for giving my dad a list instead of a gift? Or was it the truth he needed to see, even if it ruined his birthday? Let me know in the comments. And if you've ever had someone make you feel invisible in your own family, hit that like button because you're not alone.